I have a lot of tech, and so if you just glance at my room in the background and stuff like that, if it's a kid watching, they're like, oh, he's got all this stuff. And if it's an adult watching, they're like, oh, he's got all this stuff. But there's a difference between my stuff and the average American consumer's approach to stuff. And so let me show you around a little bit, okay? First off, the main gaming PC. I've got a glass kit for it that's just not on here. I bought this secondhand for $1,400 and got another $50 discount because they broke the plastic glass on the front, but I wanted to get the glass kit anyways. And then I added another terabyte SSD, and I added doubled the RAM to 32 gigabytes. But this is a 1080 Ti, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's an i7 8700K. Absolute best value for the dollar gaming PC combo on the market in a very long time, and is still an extremely viable, useful machine, as you can tell by the content I produce today. And I play Rocket League. I play desktop games in 1080p, and I'm fine with that. And then VR, my VR performance has still been acceptable, and I haven't been playing a whole lot in VR that's requiring much more. The higher resolutions and stuff in VR is overrated when compared to what it costs to have the equipment to run it, or when you compare the pros and cons they have. They're using higher resolution in VR headsets basically as a gimmick to cover for actual compromises in the quality of the overall experience. But anyways, I digress. So this is just part of a cheap light set. The camera's there. I've got two of those. I bought one and it was acting up, and Amazon just sent me another additional one, no questions asked. And then later they straightened out. Apparently it was a Windows update thing, so I have two of these. Only one's out right now. That's good, but I've had them forever. This monitor here is my gaming monitor. I paid a lot for this when I first got it, but I've had this for, I probably got it in 2018, right? This monitor here I've owned brand new since before 2008, or roughly 2008. So my first high-performance computer to ever buy brand new, I bought this monitor with it. And it's still working today. So that's some serious mileage out of a monitor, right? This is just a cheap Element TV, just a cheap $100 TV. And then gaming laptop. When I chose the 1080 Ti, I was going to skip a generation. And so when the 30 series was coming out, I was all set to try to buy a 3080 on launch day. Missed that. Rather than get scalped or worry about it, I bought the gaming laptop, so I needed a better laptop for my DJ sets. And for just the proper performance out of Serato, going with an actual gamer for just a little bit more was a no-brainer. So anyways, so I retained that. So instead of getting scalped, trying to get the latest and greatest, I recognized that my computer was still getting the job done, and I'll just wait and deal with that later. And I bought a whole different machine that is serving me well. So now I have a gaming laptop and a gaming PC. I could have just had a better gaming PC, but even now, now that would not be that impressive with the 3080. And I'd be, if I had the 3080 in this gaming PC right now, I'd be just as interested in upgrading that as I would be upgrading from the 1080 Ti. And the 1080 Ti card, it has more memory, and it may actually be allowing the 1080 Ti to actually do better for like AI stuff than the 3080 would do. So anyways, this is a computer I paid less than $200 for. It's got the touch screen. It uses this pen. It's convertible tablet stuff. Anyways, it kind of barely has the performance I need to do anything useful, but I use that. That's my go computer for if I'm doing gig work. Like the Grubhub was super slow. I can work on other stuff while also trying to get compensated for my idle time for them, basically. There's an art tablet I bought off of Amazon. I got it on a good sale. And basically, once you buy it, if you don't sell it or break it, you don't have to keep buying it. So the same thing here about this keyboard used for less than $300 to use for the DAW and stuff. And once you buy it, take care of it. You don't have to replace it. I've acquired gaming keyboards throughout the years. This monitor is a 1440p monitor, and it's a matching monitor to this monitor. I was in the market for another gaming monitor, a 22-inch, and then when I got there, they had these monitors on clearance for, I think, 110 each. So instead of buying one gaming monitor for the 200 or so that I had budgeted, I bought both of these. And, you know, I could have, Matthew could be rocking this, the older monitor or whatever, but he's actually got one of these better monitors for his setup. I still have it as I had it as a secondary monitor, but now I put it over here. For this PC, which I got for like 150 or less, I can't remember. And this one I just upgraded to Windows 11. It doesn't officially support Windows 11, but the workaround is working just fine. And it seems to be working good with Mixcraft. There's a couple times where it kind of freezes and I can't input text and stuff, so I don't know. I've been able to recover it. It's not frequent enough yet to be concerned. So hopefully it's not something running out. It's not an issue that's going to mean this PC is not going to work well for this. But so at least let me mess with it, get started, experience having it on a whole separate machine, because I've got almost 200 gigs worth of just samples and stuff that I've already collected just through Humble Bundle deals. And what inspired this quick little walk around, okay, so here's my gaming headset. I bought this on a Black Friday deal, and I was chasing one with a good mic, and that's where this one came up. Black Friday put it in my reach. It still caused me to spend way more than I meant to, but check this thing out. This headphone broke completely off right there, and I literally used duct tape and zip ties and found a way to put it back together, and it's holding up since, so it's still kicking. These were one of my desperate attempts to find ways to still stay in college, and I was still thinking that, you know, if I'm dealing with ADHD and it's just really that bad, these are haptic-based headphones, and I'd hope and they're noise canceling and everything else, so I'd hope the haptic bass from background music would be additional stimulation that would help me focus. That's literally what I talk about when I spared nothing. Now, I love the haptic bass, and I use these now while DJing. The cat got a hold of them, destroyed the earpieces, but I managed to find a new set of earpieces for $9 on Amazon instead of having to buy a $230 replacement set of headphones or live without them. And so you come out here, that's only part of the picture, right? I don't throw stuff away, and I don't have to have the latest and greatest. I just want stuff that works and functions. I want value for my dollars, and I don't want to have tons of dollars to maintain value out of what I already have. I don't like subscription services, stuff like that. Anyways, this is the first ever flat panel TV I bought to be a main living room TV. It was my first LCD, and it was for $500 or whatever. I've repaired it twice after lightning strikes. And now I won't repair it a third time, but now, since we have the fiber, we're not losing so much stuff to lightning strikes. But yeah, I mean, I could have had a 4K TV. I could have a much better TV. But the resources are finite. Whether I'm doing well or doing poor, I still only have so much to work with. So, this car, had it since 2015. The Tahoe since 2008. The truck since 2014. No payments. Fixing myself. I don't have addictions to feed. I don't have a gambling habit. I don't buy lottery tickets. I don't do anything flat out wasteful with money like that. And so, yeah, we're at the poverty level or below most of the time, and I still move forward. So even when I'm in this situation, am I unwilling to save my house by selling stuff? It literally would, I'd have to literally sell nearly everything to get enough to save the house. but I'm still not on a sustainable course with the house. I would just be here without stuff to keep me entertained, without stuff to keep me working at stuff, or to, being able to do creative stuff with computers and being able to game and take a break and all that. That's all very important. And that's all stuff that just by taking care of it, I don't have to keep replacing it. It's still giving me value back every day. So that's why it's not on the chopping block. Other things are tools that I need. If I stay here, I need those tools. If I sell them to save the place, I still somehow got to try to reacquire the tools while I need them, while I'm still trying to save the place. And I still haven't found a sustainable way to even prevent the situation I was in already. It doesn't make sense. So this is why I have stuff. It's not because I'm rich. It's not because I'm greedy. It's because I value value. And I value not being greedy. And I value being content with what I have. And I want things that give me contentment. And I value not having to serve money, but instead value doing the best I can to live. Lately, that's been more about survival than thrival, but I don't give up and I don't quit. And that's at least something I'm teaching Matthew to never do as well. Have a good day, guys.